a great record resonates with you. I love that about vinyl especially. It's like a physical thing that gets passed down from generation to generation and has memories attached to it. And when you put a record on and can go back in time to a place in your life that meant something, that's really special. That's when you know you've got a timeless album in your hands. I'm Caren Kelleher. I'm the founder and CEO of Gold Rush Vinyl and the new co-owner of Waterloo Records, and also an elected leader of the Recording Academy's Texas chapter. You know, I grew up in a household where music was very present. Didn't have much talent for it myself. I didn't have the patience to practice, and also I think when you are such a music fan and you realize I'm not really as good as my heroes, like let's leave it to them. I'm good at spreadsheets. I was always really interested / concerned when bands I loved didn't break. And like, why? Who was the record label? Like, why didn't this artist that I love so much, is so good, get a shot and someone else did? The kind of entry point for me was working at Paste Magazine down the street from my college. It opened my world to what indie music was. All these artists that we were covering at the time that weren't getting mainstream coverage, I found like, oh, this answers that concern I had as a teenager. Why are my favorite bands not getting coverage? It was like Paste was a place to remedy that. The idea for Gold Rush Vinyl was oddly born in the lounge of an Equinox gym. I was doing some consulting work, and for the first time in 15 years had time to just sit and think, and kept coming back to a problem I'd experienced as a band manager, which was that there wasn't enough pressing plant capacity, especially for independent musicians, to answer the new demand for vinyl records. So one afternoon after working out at the gym, I sat down and was like, why are all the vinyl plants so backed up? And started to just draw out as a thought exercise the pitch deck that became Gold Rush Vinyl. You have to have a certain level of naivete, I think, to start any kind of business, but especially one this complex. And for me, it just had some lucky breaks. I kept getting told, you're never gonna get the money for this. You have no experience in manufacturing. Vinyl's not a thing. Like, it's just a temporary fad. Walked into the bank, set up a meeting, and the woman said, we don't do that, but would you like a checking account? I was like dejected, walked out into the streets of San Francisco, and this is a true story. Somebody called me on my phone and said, you know, I work at the corporate headquarters for Wells Fargo. I was in the branch on my lunch break, overheard this happen to you, and got your phone number off the call sheet. You need to come down to corporate headquarters to talk about that loan. And so I did. I took a meeting with them, and they gave me the initial financing for Gold Rush. We're in our creative studio right now where we upcycle vinyl into other products. Mostly our very popular vinyl record flowers made of scrap vinyl material. So getting ready for the Mother's Day rush. And this is our pressing floor where we manufacture vinyl records. A record starts with these beads of plastic. This is a type of PVC that has special additives in it to make it usable for vinyl records. Also very satisfying to sometimes just put your hand in there. So this is a puck or a biscuit, which is how the record starts out before it's pressed. This is where the pressing actually happens. You can see in the machine we have our stampers. We're bringing down steam from our boiler room and cold water to alternate cooking and cooling the records. So one's going to be made right now. We are committed to helping the artists that need it to live on, because the revenue made on vinyl is real money in your pocket when you're on the road. Especially as more musicians are realizing that, you know, why am I on a major label that's going to own my rights forever when I can do it myself with a great distribution deal and great manager. So while I'm not a musician, this is kind of like my way of composing, right? Is to put all of these pieces together, and it's wonderful to see how well they all work together.